Director of Thor Love and Thunder Taika Waititi recently responded to the criticism and backlash in regards to the quality of Thor Love and Thunder. Many of you messaged me saying, hey, talk about this ASAP, we want to hear what you have to say. So, let's get into what he said. Okay, so here is exactly what Taika said, and I quote, "We did funny scenes about cancer. We did more tragic scenes about having cancer. Some audiences really loved the humor part of it. Some audiences really wanted it to be just like the comics. But, you know, I always say, if you want to be exactly like the comics, read the comics. You gotta change things here and there to make it in a film." End quote. So I wanted to read all that just so you guys understand where I'm coming from. First and foremost, I agree with him. If you want the comics, go read the comics. I've always said that. And I've always said some elements should probably be like the comics, but largely you should do your own thing while also remaining very faithful to the comic. And that's what I believe. So yeah, I did not want Thor Love and Thunder to be like the comics. Don't get me wrong. But, and here's my other side of it and why I absolutely hate this, he says right there, they shot some tragic scenes and funny scenes, but they went with the funny stuff, right? The humor part of it. And we know that that's Taika's thing, the humor. And yes, I know some people deal with that sort of thing with humor, I know, but to me, it felt like there was too much. And certainly if you look at the reviews, there's a lot of people that felt that way. But also I do want to focus on the whole thing. Well, why don't you just read the comic? The issue isn't the comic. The issue isn't I want it to be just like the comic, as many people are saying. Guess what? Captain America Civil War is a great film. Is it like the Civil War comic? Literally not at all. Avengers Endgame is not like the comics it's based on. Neither is Infinity War. Neither is Age of Ultron. But they at least handled the subject and the material with some respect. And don't just toss humor in everywhere, rush it out the door, and almost make it a joke. That's most people's complaints. That's my complaint. My complaint isn't that, oh, it's not like the comic. My complaint is, yeah, you took things like the comic, but like many people, I'm pointing out that you didn't do it good. Right? Like, the film just wasn't that good. Or maybe it is to you. Again, I don't want to say my opinion is fact. That's not what I'm saying. But that's why many of us feel the way we do. I understand there are some MCU apologists. They cannot accept that an MCU film could be criticized at all. This film is a minimum of an 8 out of 10, they say, right? Fine. You can be that way. You can be that way. You can go and stroke off the mouse all you want, and that's your brand. That's fine. I'm just telling you, many people don't feel that way. And many people wish that you could have taken the best Thor arc ever and done it some respect. Instead, you get CG helmets, undercut goat screeches during serious moments, and everything is played as a joke. You know, I kind of understand why people that expected Thor Ragnarok to be a Ragnarok are pissed that it's, well, Ragnarok is a comedy.